Hello children, we have completed explanation of the poem The Cherry Tree. Today we will discuss about its language and question answers given at the end of the chapter. So you can see the whole poem is written by Ruskin Bond in very easy and simple language. Okay, it uses simple language. The poem is narrated in first person. What is the meaning of first person? See, use of I. Whole poem is narrated by the poet who is the speaker, and it uses I, means first person. There is use of alliteration. Wherever you see repetition of consonant letter in lines, that is alliteration. Example, second line, S for synth and then S for seed. So S is repeated, hence there is alliteration. There are many examples in the poem for alliteration. See this line, watered, W, and went. In one line, W is repeated, which is consonant letter. Hence, there is also again alliteration. Come to this line. Shriveled the slender stem. You can see S, S, S. Repetition of consonant sound here again. So, this is again example of alliteration. Next is personification. Personification means when any non-living thing or anything is described as a person. When it does action like a person, like a human being, there is personification. So this whole poem, here you can see that it's the young tree struggles. Who struggles? It is an action can be done by human. So the young tree struggles. Here young tree is personified as human being. Its arms. A plant do not have arm, but arms is quality of a person, a human. Hence there is personification of the cherry tree. This poem, The Cherry Tree, is symbolic in nature. It is symbolic. The cherry tree, small tree, is symbol of a human life. How one human survives and struggles throughout the life to grow and to get success. So, this cherry tree is a symbolic poem. Next is rhyming. In the poem, you can see every two lines are rhyming. Past, grass. There is rhyming. Said, bed. Growing, knowing. May, stay. And so on. You can see many rhyming words at the end of each line. But there is no exact rhyming scheme. There is no rhyming scheme. Reason is that you can go through it once. You will see that there is no exact stanzas. Lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 lines. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 lines in it. If I will read further, they have different number of lines in this stanza. So, we cannot say that there is what is the rhyme scheme of this poem. What is the theme of the poem? We have already discussed it in the last video. Theme of the poem is love for life. How one small seed struggles with all the oats in his life so that it can grow into a big tree. and yes, it grew into a big tree. Second theme of the poem is to love nature. You can see the poet lie down on the grass and he admires beauty of the nature. So second theme of the poem is to admire nature. Now we are about to discuss question answers. See, these questions are long, so you will get written answers for these. We start from here. Number 5. Name the visitors to the cherry tree. Who are the visitors? Finches and wild bees came to visit the cherry tree. This is the answer. Now we are going to solve all these. Number 1. And suddenly that summer near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. Who is referred to as I? Answer is I refers to the poet Ruskin Bond. Number B. Why does the speaker say that the tree has come to stay? Answer is the poet means that the cherry tree will from now onwards continue to stay in his house. This is answer number B. Now number C. Would you consider the tree persistent? Why? Answer is this one. The tree is undoubtedly persistent since it has struggled to sustain against all odds right from its germination. Even though the speaker did not pay much attention after sowing the seed, the plant continued to strive to live and finally grew into a tree bearing cherry blossoms. Next question. Come to question number 2. I could only wait as one who was wandering while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. A. Who was and wandered at the cherry tree? Answer. The speaker. The speaker was and wandered at the cherry tree. Number B. What does the phrase green growing pain mean? This is the answer. The phrase green growing pain means the small cherry tree which went through a lot of struggle to sustain and grow into a big tree. I repeat, the phrase green growing pain means the small cherry tree which went through a lot of struggle to sustain and grow into a big tree. Next question. Describe the miracle that happened. Answer. While the speaker was away in Kashmir, the small plant took shape of a full-grown tree bearing cherry blossoms. Now come to question number 3. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue blind sky. A. Who is referred to here? Answer is the speaker. The speaker is referred to here. Number B. Why does the person lie on the grass? Answer. Start from the question only. The person lie on the grass to relax among the greenery and look at the blue sky. Next, question number C. What does he see through leaves? Answer is, he see through leaves, comma, finches flying around the tree, comma, wild bees drinking nectar from each blossoms, comma, stars turning up in the sky with the setting sun, and the moon moths and singing crickets. So these are all answers of page number 33. These long answers will be given to you in the assignment. Now turn the page 34. These long answers also will be dealt next. See this one. Page 34. Question here. Identify the personification used in the following lines. Before it, what is personification? There is the definition. Personification is the attribution of personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human, or the representation of an abstract quality in human form. What I had explained to you, that when human qualities or characteristics are seen or given to any non-human things, then there is personification. So there are a few lines and we have to find out what is the personification. Identify the personification used in the following lines. Number 1. Laughter holding both her sides. Your laughter is personified as a woman. Number 2. Death lays his icy hand on kings. Here death is personified as a powerful man. Number 3. April is the cruelest month. Here April is personified as a cruel person. 4th. Even the dirt keep breathing a small breath. Here dirt is personified as it breathe. 5. At the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze. Here breeze is personified as it breathe and sleep. Number 6. The young tree struggle upward thrust, its arms in the fresh fire's lust for light and air and sun. Here the young tree is personified as someone struggling to live on the earth. With this we complete this chapter. In the next video we will move to the next chapter. Thank you.